I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret.
I'm not whipping my own cream this year.
What are you guys gonna do about it?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Domino and I like making things from scratch and doing things myself. Today I am going to be bringing you along with me while I prepare for my very small Friendsgiving. This year is shortcut Friendsgiving. I'm going to be making 3 snacks / appetizers, a pumpkin pie, and a cocktail. If you guys are interested to see how I made a very easy Friendsgiving, keep on watching.
One of my friends requested pumpkin pie, and a lot of people tell me my pumpkin pie is the best. I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. And I know that the person who requested the pumpkin pie is definitely not gonna be watching this video, so I can tell you. My pumpkin pie is from the back of the pumpkin can, specifically Libby's pumpkin. Since I can remember, since I was a kid, I've been making this recipe and everyone tells me they want my pumpkin pie. And the secret's out, it's not my pumpkin pie, it's the back of the pumpkin can. So anyway, let's get started with that. Oh, also normally I would make my own pie crust, but like I said, this is shortcut Friendsgiving. I bought pie crusts. I can't remember if it's supposed to make 1 or 2 pies because the recipe says a deep dish pie crust. So I defrosted both, and if it's only 1, then I'll only use 1 shell and I'll put the other one back in the freezer. No, you're not supposed to do that, but what are you guys gonna do about it? Story time while I make this pie. I was at the grocery store today and I was looking for this apple hard cider that I had in New York when I was visiting home a couple months ago. And I didn't know what it was called, but I knew what the logo looked like. So I was looking in the cider section and there was a bunch of people who worked there in that section stocking things back up. And one of them asked me if I was looking for anything. And I was trying to explain I am looking for something specific, but I don't know what it's called. So I don't know if you could really help me because I can't tell you what I need. And he's like trying to help me figure this out. And I'm like, there's an apple, it's like a white package, it's a cider, it's from New York. And then another guy comes over and is trying to help me, and I'm trying to explain this apple package that they didn't know about, and turns out it was actually a local cider because I had to text my dad and ask him what it was, and he sent me the picture. It's called Hudson North Brewing Co., and then it's the Big Apple Cider, and I miss it. Hudson North Brewing Company, if you're watching this, please start selling your ciders at King Soopers in Colorado. Please. Anyway, back to your scheduled programming. So I did end up making 2 pies.
Do you know what shortcut Friendsgiving means? Whipped cream from a can. I'm not whipping my own cream this year. So let's decorate our shortcut pie with our preservative whipped cream from the store.
I'm gonna get started on some cranberry sauce. If you really wanted it to be a shortcut Friendsgiving, you could just buy the cranberry sauce. But I bought the cranberries because I also need cranberries for the cocktail. So I just bought a bag of cranberries. Cranberry sauce isn't that hard to make anyway, so let's do that. Now, of course, we have to wash our cranberries and go through them. I'm just gonna save a couple of these for the drink garnish. I miss having a lemon juicer.
In this part, I was trying to tell you guys that I'm gonna wait until tomorrow to actually make the turkey cheese board, and the reason is because I don't have a circular plate, so I need to use the plate for my microwave, but I don't want to take that out and arrange everything and have to put it in the fridge overnight because I might need my microwave tomorrow. So I'm just gonna prepare the cheese and then set it up tomorrow. So I'm gonna start off by using some provolone and the top of the cranberry juice bottle to make the turkey head, and I'm just using a full piece for the body, so that's gonna be the turkey. And then the rest of the cheese I'm just cutting into smaller squares so that I can arrange them. And then that is it for the turkey cheese plate, and now this is for the pumpkin pie cheese and crackers. I just used one of the Triscuits as a marker to cut out squares from the cheddar cheese. I was worried about the cheddar to cracker ratio, so I cut them all in half. Next up are the cranberry margaritas. I decided to make them in the actual juice container so that I could keep them cold overnight. And I measured out the amount of cranberry juice I needed and then I put it back inside the bottle. These were very strong and I ended up adding more lime juice because I really needed it, but they were gone by the end of the night. And then I just ended up slicing up some apples and put some cranberries in for garnish. But that was on the day of Friendsgiving after I had put it into the pitcher.
Let's just try a quick taste. Wow, that's really strong. Oh my gosh, wow. Maybe I need to mix this better. It literally tastes like cough syrup. That is awful. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think it just wasn't mixed.
Okay, so it's not yet time for Friendsgiving. We still have maybe 4 hours. I'm going to make our charcuterie turkey now and then put it in the fridge. I have washed my microwave plate. Still a little wet, but I'm gonna dry it off. Life hack for you guys, use your microwave plate. No one notices. Alright, well anyway, let's start assembling that turkey.
I chose I think it was Colby Jack cheese for the outside because it had the round edges, which kind of looks like turkey feathers. And then I'm just layering all the rest of the cheeses and the salami and pepperoni in layers around it that follows the shape. So this is the body of the turkey. We still have to make the face of the turkey, which is honestly not very difficult. I just used some cheddar cheese to make a really tiny triangle for the beak. And then I also cut out some just little leg shapes. And I used the first one as a guide to cut out the second leg so that they were somewhat even at least. And those I just kind of cut out by hand. And then I used a piece of pepperoni for whatever that piece is called, I forget. And then these are just candy eyes that I found at the grocery store. Next up is assembling our pumpkin pie cheese and crackers, and I started by just putting some whipped cream cheese into a plastic bag so that I can use it to pipe. I used a cracker to make sure that the cheese was the right size, and I did some minor adjustments for some of the pieces of cheese. And then I used the cream cheese to glue the cheese onto the Triscuits. And then once I did that, I got out my chicken and biscuits crackers and I used one of the little pies to measure, and then I cut them all in half. And let me tell you, this was actually harder than it looks because they kept breaking and I had a little graveyard of broken crackers by the end of it. And then I used the cream cheese to glue them in place, and finally I piped a little dollop of cream cheese on top of each of the little pies to look like whipped cream, and that was it. And now for our last appetizer, the cranberry baked brie, I cut up a defrosted piece of puff pastry and I topped each one of them with a piece of brie and some cranberry sauce, and then I baked them at 375 for like 20 minutes, and this is how they came out. I just topped them with some fresh rosemary and then they were done. And that's everything. I just put it out, and here are some pictures of how everything turned out. This Friendsgiving was very fun, and it was very easy to prepare and clean up for.
If you are still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you feel inspired to do your own simple last-minute Friendsgiving. And also, try the pie recipe on the back of the can. It's really good. Alright, see you guys next week.